Let's go into game number 3 between Catz and Alicia. Countdown. Boom. The map is
Shakuras Plateau.
Shakuras Plateau.
Are you not wearing your glasses? You like leaned in really.
Well, I didn't know what map it was. I was trying to look at the mini map. No, I don't wear glasses, man.
Oh, that's right. That's me who wears glasses.
Yep.
Or sometimes I don't.
Ready? And get into.
Oh. That's funny. I don't.
Sick, right?
Whenever I snap, nothing happens. Like, I wish I snapped, a genie would appear, or like my lights would turn off. But then I could be like the Bewitched
Frodan,
sisters.
I am your
all
genie. I'll make all your wishes come true.
All they ever do is snap and things come true for them. It's not fair. I wanted to be on that show.
I just told you I would make your wishes come true.
Oh.
Name one wish.
I wish that
Done.
I could. Oh, okay. I was gonna say something, but really personal. We're gonna have a moment. But
it's
no,
already done.
We're gonna have this moment. Another very early pull from Catz. The yellow Zerg in the top right from Team.
Well, see, this is a different map. Shakuras Plateau is actually a lot easier at defending this. Actually, no. It's about the same.
Well, he didn't use the pylon as part of the wall. Oh, and he scouts the wrong direction, Alicia.
So he won't make his forge in time. Now, for sure, he will have to give up the forge. Unless he goes for... Okay, for sure he will have to give up the forge, make a pylon, and then go for the forge inside.
If he went for Nexus first, a la Mana or like Hasuax, he would have been screwed.
Yeah.
But now he has a fighting chance. The probe will scout the drone. Oh, and he's moving down the ramp.
Oh my god, this is so sick. He's faking a hatchery right now. And Alicia doesn't realize that this is happening. He puts down a pylon. Such sick mind games. Now the probe is going to go down. And look at that. The Zerglings are on the way over. He cancels the pylon, knows exactly what's coming. He has to put down a pylon right now. Oh my gosh, Alicia is not doing it. He's going to let these units go inside.
Oh yeah, he's going to put the pylon down in his main base.
Oh, it's so late. Oh no, Frodan!
Alright, well, here's an interesting statistic. If the Zerglings move down the ramp, that's the exact time it takes for one cannon to finish. But now that the cannon hasn't even started, it's at the bottom of his ramp. Alicia's in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to defend and micro very well. Now, Catz, he's droning behind this. And look at that. Alicia's going to put a cannon at the natural as well.
So intelligent.
Very, very smart. Now, all he has to do is stall for the time, making his probes hover around that cannon. Very intelligent play from both players thus far, showing, you guessed it, Andre, mind games.
Oh my gosh, both these players. He needs to go ahead and take out that photon cannon if he wants a chance in this. And he does spot it out, so he will take it out. Good job. Oh, don't target the forge.
He's targeting the forge.
Oh my gosh, Catz.
Oh,
Catz,
man.
what are you doing, man?
I think he realized it, so that was not the best. And Alicia's going to resume everything else as normal. He's double gassing and he knew that's exactly what needed to happen there. He lost nothing. And the forge is now recharging shield as if nothing ever happened.
Exactly.
So the Zerglings are trapped in there. The big thing is that he can deny the Nexus, but...
He can deny the Nexus, but the forge staying up allows him to double gas like this. So he can go double gas and just go straight for Cybernetics Core, get his +1 weapons attack, and now your Zerglings are pretty much trash. They don't do nearly as well. And from here, he can actually go for 3-gate expand, and it actually works out pretty nicely for the Protoss player. He can actually transition pretty nice because Catz doesn't have a big advantage anymore. You can see one worker killed. That was the scouting worker. These 6 Zerglings are very misplaced. They want to be actually just looking if they can pick anything off. He can actually take out the Cybernetics Core, I think.
Yeah. But Catz is also forced to make a couple more units to prevent a counter cannon rush.
Yeah.
So he's behind a lot. You can see 19 drones, 24 workers. And Catz, he's going to try to salvage whatever he can. His expansion is almost done. He has also got a second queen in production. But just like you said, Alicia feeling very comfortable nowadays. And you can see he's trying to move down the ramp, trying to pressure these Zerglings and force them out of the natural.
All right, well, it looks like the first Zealot's going to come out here. Nice around. Oh, we lose track of it ever so slightly. But as we were talking about, he can take out not only the Zealot. Ooh, get us around. No, he won't get it. Another Zealot is popped out here, so he should be able to take this out pretty nicely. Next is going to be target down ever so slightly, but this one Zealot should be able to just stop that from happening. Even if it trades, if it doesn't trade, the Nexus is able to stay alive.
Now, Stargate is the choice of follow-up. Now, you're talking about 3 gates to give it a... Oh, and Catz is going to get in here and scout it.
Scout it.
and he gets full information. Catz knows exactly what's coming up, but that's actually not even that, still not that great of a situation for Catz, because he wants to catch up economically.
Correct.
And now he's going to have to drop at least an Evo chamber, or at least making more queens.
Yeah.
Which isn't the worst thing in the world, but
Not anymore.
now that the Zealot's pressuring this third base.
Exactly. The Zealots actually are able to, or excuse me, the Queens are actually able to deal with Zealots pretty efficiently these days, because they can kite them a lot more efficiently. Remember, Queens actually move faster than Zealots on creep, definitely not off creep. And with the 5 range that they have, they can obviously attack, move, attack, move, attack, move. It's just like Marauders, just not nearly as effective.
The Zealot really wailing a lot of damage, preventing that hatchery from really getting up its HP, at least 500 damage worth. And Catz is only sending 2 Zerglings, and it's going to be really close. The Zealot
4
lives.
hit points.
And that Queen should be able to clean it up. Interestingly enough, a Queen has more DPS than a Stalker. Did you know that?
Really? Ground attack?
Yeah.
Wow, did not know that.
At least that's what Zelnik told me. Now, Zelnik is supposed to be like the guy who tests all information, but we see that the Zealots are finally cleaned up, but that is about enough time for this Void Raid now to be in the field. Alicia still in full map control. Doesn't have the bottom watchtower, so he doesn't have sight of that, but with the Void Raid and the Zealot, Alicia can put on quite some pressure. You can see he's also double gassing at his natural as well, so his follow-up is going to be pretty devastating if he chooses to get tech really heavily behind this.
He's not. I think it will be Gateway plus Phoenix Stalker pressure, or excuse me, Phoenix Void Ray pressure. I think that's like the #1 way to go for this. 4 Crawler is being produced and will finish in perfect time. Ooh, this one Queen though, it's waddling over and not able to actually get off enough shots. Very nicely
Queen
done.
being sectioned off here. You could see, wow, a lot of Queens being made, but the Zealot trying to see if they can force off at least a Queen at third. And Catz doing a pretty good job defending thus far. More Queens coming down. The only thing is Catz, of course, is losing time on his injects. Nothing at the main, nothing at the natural. That will hurt, but Catz, of course, is prioritizing safety. You can see halfway is the HP count for that third hatchery, which is really vital. If that third hatchery drops, Catz is in a world of trouble.
Exactly, and I love what we see from Alicia. He's actually using his Void Ray and his 3 Phoenixes to go over into the main. That will draw units all the way over into the main, and it leaves room for the Zealots or the Gateway units to do a lot of damage at the third. So it's intelligent decision-making right here, but let's see if Catz actually falls for it. And yes, he will.
He's going to send his Queens away. Now, there is a Roach. 1 Roach at the third. Which you can actually, you'd be surprised actually how well 1 Roach does against a Zealot, but there's going to be 6 Zealots also warped in. So there's going to be lots of pressure. Alicia needs to control very well, needs to disable these Queens immediately, and then let his Void Ray go to work if he has the energy for it, and he has 1 more Phoenix coming in. This is very dangerous for Catz, lifting the Queen with the transfuse energy. Very nice, but does manage to pick it off anyways. Meanwhile, at the third, the pressure has been completely abated, and you can see that Alicia now focuses all his attention to the main. And this is doing quite a bit of damage here, really preventing Catz from being able to join up. He's at 45, very far from the number he wants.
Catz has still not gotten the Hydralisk, and normally you will get that immediately. Now the Phoenixes will get over here and do a little bit of damage against the Roaches. Again being picked up here. The Phoenix, he's not targeting it down. He's getting the Void Ray.
Yeah, and he's going to try to pick up the Spine Crawler. A very excellent choice indeed. And Catz forced to relocate, but I think he is perfectly okay with that as long as his Void Ray stays alive, and it does. And he's going to try to work on that hatchery. A very excellent choice, and he's going to try to see if he can do it. Now, back at home, he's also teching to Twilight Council, Robotics, but you can just play Ring Around a Rosie with the Spore Crawler and completely avoid it, especially because there's no Queen out there. And this hatchery's getting very, very low. Alicia, you got to pay attention to the Void Ray as well, and he does
so
barely
low.
Get out of it.
And a Queen is going to pop out here, but there are Phoenixes to supplement the Void Ray to make sure that he can actually do damage over here. And I love this, just forcing a lot more Spore Crawlers than he wants to.
And when the Spine Crawler drops as well, so even if he if Catz ever leaves his third, all he has to do is sneak in a few Zealots and immediately dismantle it. Back at home, he's taking to Robotics Bay as he was hoping to force Hydras, but still, Catz won't bite. He's just relying on Roaches and Spore Crawlers alone. Saturation is something to be desired. Look at Catz's natural and his main.
Yes. Income tab is just so nice for Alicia at this point. He is going for, as you said, the Robotics Bay, and he's getting Colossus out pretty soon. Now, the big thing I like Catz that he did, you know, we talked about how he hasn't really invested into his economy that much. Well, he's actually expecting his opponent to do some sort of huge push. I think Catz doing this would be ill-advised because there are just so many sentries over here.
Yeah.
I don't think these roaches will be able to do any pressure, but I think he's expecting his opponent to have already taken a third. That's why he's pushing out here.
I guess, but the Overlord has good vision of that. If there's any third attempt, it would be here in the corner. You can see Alicia has a huge influx of minerals that he could afford to spend here at this point at the third. And with Alicia gets his third up, and Catz really can't do anything about it at this point unless he goes for a huge push. He only has a few infestors though. And with the first Colossus coming out, it's going to be really hard, especially Shakuras Plateau. That area between the natural and what Alicia's third is so hard to fight in for Zerg. And as long as Alicia sits back and gets a huge count, I don't know what Catz can do.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, the upgrades, let's look at them really quick. +2 attack is just about to finish for Alicia's ground. +1 missile attack is just started. So we have a 0-0 army of Catz. Now, he is ahead barely in supply, but you saw game number 1. He was 200 to 140, and he was not able to live through that. That's a really tough situation for Catz to be in. I don't even think he can go into a 4th base. I think what he's doing is just preparing against his opponent doing some sort of huge push. Let's check out the income temp. Yeah, 51 harvesters. He's just saying, okay, I'm just going to overdevelop the amount of units I have, get a ton of them, and surprise you because you're going to come in, or you're going to want to come in for this push, and I'm going to surprise you and have a pretty alarming amount of units considering where we are. Ooh,
Oh, the Phoenixes and the Observers do get caught here. Actually, no, the Observer somehow manages to evade that, but that's actually good enough. He's picking off the Infestors with the Phoenixes. Very nice job there. It's a good save by Alicia, but still a good catch by Catz as well. Now, what's interesting is because if you kept those Phoenixes, I've been saying this for a while, if you use the Phoenixes during the battle to disable the Infestors, you kind of draw attention away. Infestors even have to focus on killing that and have energy wasted on the Phoenixes, or you can try to funnel those things but without the Infestors. It's really good. So whittling down those numbers is also really good for Catz because Alicia's been shown that he has pretty good Phoenix control. But the point is, he's still massing a huge amount of units. Look at it. He's already almost maxed before Zerg's able to do anything about it.
Yeah, and that's a big problem. Just now the 4th base being taken, but we don't even have full saturation on the 3 bases as it stands. To have minimal saturation off of 3 bases, I do believe it's 66 drones. Yes, it's 66 drones. You can see he's at 57, so he doesn't even have optimal saturation for all of his bases. That's a very tough position for him to be in, and it makes the 4th base a little bit off-timed, I think. He will try to do this backstabbing, I think, with a couple of Zerglings just to buy time. He wants time to get his gas count up as best as possible. But from here, he has no neural parasite. I don't know how he'll be able to deal with 3 Colossus in this army. This is so powerful if you don't have Corruptors or anything to deal with these the Colossus.
Yeah, he's got Infestors and Roaches. The first fungal on the army kills the Void Ray, which is actually not as bad as you think it would be. And you can see that the Phoenixes are really held back. The sentries are getting pretty low, and you see the blink forward from Alicia trying to snipe off the Infestors. The huge counterattack from Catz. He has to make something happen, but you can see that Alicia walled off completely, and there's a misrally of units. Alicia is working on all these creep tomers, and Overlords really supply capping Catz from being able to do anything. And here comes Catz's only attempt, but look at the sentry warp in here from Alicia to really block off the units from being able to do anything. And as a fantastic response from Alicia, kind of has to follow up after there, but there's so many units at the natural. What can Catz really do?
I have no clue. I mean, these roaches just aren't able to deal with this main army. That's the big problem. Does he have anything to deal with the main army? I don't think he does. 14 spine crawlers are popping up right here, but still the Colossus will go unhindered. They don't have to worry about a single thing, though. There are a ton of Infestors over here. Can they get the work done? I highly doubt it, as the Colossus, the Stalkers, the Sentries just go to town on everything over here. It will be a base race, but probes have already been evacuated somewhere. There they are.
A mass cancel of the spines as Catz has realized it's better to keep those mineral count. The third attribute finally drops after 20 minutes of struggle. You can see Catz cleaning up all the main, but something very smart Alicia did is that he evacuated probes from this third immediately to follow the army. And now he can pretty much just take over the bottom right part of the map uninhibited. He does have some roaches, a very nice little tactic made by Catz, but in the end, Alicia looks completely fine as he is going to remake his base in the bottom right corner.
Exactly. I mean, just everything's going Alicia's way. Spine crawlers are being made, but of course they're not going to do very much. Still no reply to the Colossus, and there's no way he can get a reply to them. So Alicia has this game in the bag, as long as he doesn't do anything silly. As long as he doesn't do anything silly.
Yeah, like accidentally cancel the Nexus or something, because at this point he really actually needs to keep that. You can see he's remaking another Nexus here just to be safe. In fact, when he sees the roaches on top of the ramp, Catz will be like, yes! Oh, I did it! My bird roaches, but there's just too many units there, and you can see that at this point Alicia can just play the waiting game. He cleans up almost everything here from Catz. And Catz, this is his last few buildings. He's got nothing on the map. As soon as his Roach Warren and his Extractor Spire Pool drops, that's it. He's just going to be eliminated from the game. Catz trying to clean up everything here from Protoss. And you can see that the final moments here from Catz as he is being revealed. And overall, this is a very well-played series from Alicia. And Catz, even though he showed great moments of brilliance, not able to close it out.
Yeah, I think this is going to do it.
Yep,
he will go to try to defend these two buildings.
With one last few packs of roaches, he cleans up everything in the main pretty much, and he's down to it. It's really crazy because Alicia got really, it's really scary moment where like he doesn't really have anything. But there it is. He has been eliminated, and the score screen hasn't been forced just yet, though. GG.
GG, ladies and gentlemen. So Alicia's going to take it 2-1 and take out his opponent. So very well played overall. It's unfortunate. I think that 6 pool would have done so much more damage if he was able to eliminate the Forge and the Cannon. But with that being up, I mean, obviously it gave his opponent the ability to take a much faster Nexus. Think if he didn't have that Cannon there, that single Zealot would have been attacked. He can't get that Nexus down before the Zealots are even out. So it's unfortunate, but you know, a very, very major mistake by
Catz.
By Catz, yeah, and it led to his defeat and just being behind all game long.
Yep, so there's a little fly that flew right by me. You guys probably didn't see it. But guys, that series and game was brought to you by Twitch.tv, the people who provide our stream. Thank you so much, Twitch, for everything you do, not just for NASL, but also for esports. Guys, we'll be back with our next series of the day. It will be between Select versus Alive, a TVT. And guys, don't go anywhere. More action from Division 4 is coming up right after the break.